onto this Leona, and Leona will in fact fall. Now Jax is alone, and the enemy Jax also shows up, so it's going to be a nice pick up there. 2 kills for nothing. Good job by blue team, and now can really go for the pressure. Katarina staying up top. Got to be oh, these minions are crushing that point.
I was going to say it's a great job at misleading that they were doing with that entire fight down bottom as Katarina was capturing Windmill. You know, it's a really good spot to have. But the minions were like, you know, we're doing our own little thing over here. As you said, you know, the neutralized refinery almost captured it. They were about 50% there. And looks like Lux and Katarina will bring this one back. That'll be nice for them to have, as the capture points are still really the focus of what these teams have. They are very close in this game right now. I think from the beginning, this is the closest game we've had. They're still within 20 points of each other, even less than that. And they are just going head-to-head here right out of the gate. Both teams having a great sustain in lane, as well as being able to back off, kind of grab those relics and come back in because of the defense that they also have behind them. With a Moo, Jax can dodge a shot. They have Malphite down bottom with that shield as a passive. So a very good job. A little bit of a tussle up top as they are going for a position up here. Katarina with the ultimate. It looks like the Lux laser will go down, taking down Katarina. Or Leona taking down Katarina. You can't take your own teammate down.
That's pretty true.
In a 2v1 situation, I do not believe Lux is going to make it out of this one alive. Damcat goes down. The focus up top. It looks like it will be a 3-cap here for the purple team.
Yep, meanwhile, the blue team doing some good with their fights at the bottom of the map, although actually Jax rather hurt, but they did pick up 2 right in a row. Malphite picked a kill onto Janna, and they're going to get rid of Cho as best they can, but Cho, of course, is very tanky, not quite going away. Good job at the top of the map. They have picked that one up, and now, again, 3 caps to 2, purple team in the advantage. They're down about 30 next health, but they're going to start kicking that down and get themselves back into this game.
Yeah, see what Leslie's doing right here. She is kind of low, but doing a very good job of staying out in the lane. She is going to be a deterrent for somebody to not be able to capture that point. It will consist of them taking time to capture it because she's still there. Once the teammate comes, you'll probably be able to heal or know that that position is safe. But even staying on the map with low health, you respawn so fast. So just to die, you're not really feeding the other team. Right now, if we look at it, we are 9 minutes into this game, and everybody has an average of 5,000 gold. And it's really, nobody has like 8,000. Somebody has 4. It's really based around 5,000. You can see their freak checking out the scores. So it's just everybody, as we said, the aura, more gold in the map, less healing. Everybody's able to stay in lane a lot longer. And this fight down bottom could mean big things for purple.
Yeah, absolutely true. There's the pressure coming in back and forth. Looks like, oh, Malphite Lux going to come to defend against 3. They've gotten Janna very, very low. Janna pops the ultimate. Vayne will go down. Janna and Cho looks like they're going to be safe. It has been a neutralized point, so they need to recapture this one. And, you know, this quest has been actually fought for about 4 minutes now, and neither team has quite gotten that one. So great defense from both sides. They're really both bolstering their bottom lane presence. Normally, you see the fight for top more often, but because of this quest, people are actually pushing for the bottom points instead. These are much more easily defended. They're right by your base, and they're hard to take over. So you've got to decide, you know, if they control the windmill, though, you know, these points are so hard to take. They're easy to defend. We might waste a lot of time going for these. Maybe we give it a quest and we take something else. Maybe they're going to be, you know, weak elsewhere, and we take other points around the map. And you've got to make some decisions. You've got to take these sort of weighted averages and say, where do I really want to go? What will give me the best advantage? And right now, you know, blue team, I don't know if continuing to push bottom is the right choice because they're down overall in capture points, and they had the advantage before, and they started to lose that now.
Yeah, they're really starting to spread themselves out thin. And it's something you hear us say a lot is you may be able to capture all the points, but that's sometimes a risky move because you're not going to be able to hold them all. And you might overextend yourself to do that, and then you're going to lose 3, then the other team gets a quick 4 cap. So you have to be very careful of really, do I want to take this, or do we want to hold 4-1 and let them think that, you know, they're going to grab a second one, we can move 2 or 3 there, and hold the other 4 instead of having to spread thin and split the pot.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see good pressure there from the purple team. They have started to go onto the refinery. They're doing a good job of that, actually. Cap's going to come in and do what she can, but of course, getting stunned. We'll probably now pop the ultimate. Nice job there. Waits for Leona to stun. One of the cool things in the map is you're fighting smaller battles, so it's very easy to count the crowd controls and then go for your channels. That worked pretty well for Cap plus the rest of the team. It was not a capture, it was a neutralize, and they're going to bring that one back to their side. Still 2-3 down, as looks like the right-hand side, that drill was recaptured, so not a huge advantage just yet being gained. 329 to 326. The game is pretty much back to tied, and we'll see if blue team can kick it up.
So since 5 minutes, these quest points still waiting to be captured. Somebody's going to have to grab it. So these bottom points have really just been contested and defended by both teams very well. We've seen 2 almost 5v5 fights down here with, you know, stragglers going off once they have low health to focus on another point. But really, the focus on these capture points, that mark of the conqueror, really making a difference once you can get it from getting that point. And an absolute front burst of explosion coming out of the Shunpo and first blade of Katarina. arena. A big push here down bottom lane. It looks like Cho'Gath could go down. His Garrison is also down from his capture point, so they will be able to get in there and do a good amount of damage without taking too much from the Garrison of the capture. So right there, you're just going to see Janna Shield coming up, trying to take the damage. Almost a grab by Amumu, winded back into that fight. You can see the low HP on him, but still, you want to get in there. You want to be a compliment to your team. And right there, they're fighting Janna. Amumu comes back with 200 HP for the cap, and what a compliment to the team right there on that point. The quest coming up, and they will be able to get 20 points onto the purple next.
Nice job, guys. Wow, all right, so they've now built themselves a huge advantage. It's 4-1. They did take the windmill back. That was Jax playing a major role there. Lux as well. And they're actually pretty strong at this bottom point. They could sit and defend this, and they want to. I think they should take
that's
the top middle and the bottom right and just hold and hold and hold and hold and wait and keep as much time as you can. It's going to be difficult. You're going to get sieged on really hard, but you can try for a little while. A lot of damage coming from Cat. Wow, that's going to be a lot of pain. They picked up one, and now let's see what else they can do. Nice job by Leona. Going to jump onto that one. Cat's still going to stay alive. Can they pick up Cho? They will not pick up Cho. Oh, they will, just taking that one back. They traded 1 for 1. And now Malphite not in a good place. That chain stun from Leona really, really locking him up. Would have been better if that point were hers, because she could have stunned him on top of the capture point. But Malphite going for the damage up, it pops the ult, getting... Oh, Leona, can you get it? No! Malphite's going to take that one just in time. Still has the capture point, but of course will definitely doubt a Vayne. Must run from this one. That was the quest right there. There was no way that wasn't the quest that got them the kill, because the 10% damage bonus was required.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow, that's a lot of armor. He was not dying to that Vayne. The Vayne was not enough damage dealing.
So 4-1 still. Very big capture here by the other team. Looks like they have neutralized the bottom point. Neutralized. At this point, it's not as good as capturing, but it does stop the bleeding a little bit. And now that capture is going to help them to get at least 1 point against them. Or that's not a really help. It'll stop 2 points from going against them, only 1. And that will help them to get back for another capture. They'll have the 3, then the upper hand, and they can start working on the defense. So right now, it's all about offense for them, but still holding those 2 points. They aren't really a focus for the blue team right now. So they really have to be careful, because the blue team can kind of do whatever they want. This is what I mean by you can kind of put the other team where you want them. Blue has control of those 3 points. That's like the default 3 you'll see either side holding, top, and their respective on the left or right. And then it just happens from there. Great job here. They're getting caught in the middle. A lot of fighting. Purple isn't to go and capture their points. They're stuck in the middle of town, really tussling it out with the other team.
Yep, looks like good pressure in from Jax, pushing Janna away. Of course, still being up 3-2. You don't necessarily have to push that hard if you're up 3-2, but oh, nice sets of roots here from blue team. They're going to pick up that kill. Leona will fall, and they're going for the capture. Blue team really doing some awesome stuff right there. They're going to take another capture point. They're going to take one back for themselves. They're already going to gather this one again.
Yeah, they're really pushing strong, especially to be, you can see Jax coming off that bottom ramp. You see how close that is to the capture point, and they're able to just take it back so quickly. They are going for the 5. Vayne's going to be there, but she has to hit everybody to stop it. There are some minions as well trying to do this. A quick Shumpo from Cat, and a lot of damage coming out in the Vayne. She tries to go for the tumble. She's going to be invisible for a second and a half, but it just was not long enough. The 5 cap is on and underway, and a very dominating game, which came out, you know, all the way for 100, or even all the way up to 300 is just really going in favor of blue right now.
Yeah, and they just got a record there. This should be almost definitely game. We've got 13 seconds left until the victory. 309 to 58. I think this is the least close game of Dominion I've seen. And yeah, a little bit of crushing going on right here. The root's coming off. Vayne is trying to capture the point back, but there's almost no way. 28 health, and it's just ticking down. It's ticking down. I don't see quite the way for the comeback. Down 18 actually stops capturing for a second. He gets hit by that turret. Jack's going to jump onto him. We're going to pick that one up, but it's 3 health left. Blue team will take it with a 4 cap at the very end, picking that one up. That next crystal blowing up, and blue team is up 3-0 on the day.
Yeah.
So that's some pain right there.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job. They were able to come out with that big. They had the Malphite and a Amumu. That's Malphite's unstoppable force, able to go in there, pop everybody up. Amumu can also AoE ultimate or just continue to cry around. I think we saw a game yesterday with a Galio and Amumu going at it. They both had a little bit of spell vamp. Galio was hitting Amumu. Amumu was crying on Galio, and they were actually both healing faster than the damage they would do. Yeah. It's pretty good. So we see blue coming out with that again. Yeah, a lot of tank. I think it was just their sustain in lane. The tanks weren't able to do that much damage, but they, as you said, you know, Malphite took advantage of Mark of the Conqueror in that one fight versus Leona and won because of that 10% buff. They got the conquest. Those advantages throughout the game just kept stacking consecutively, and it really put the pain onto the purple team.
Yeah, absolutely true. And you can see, you look at if you want to look at the score rundowns here, we have top score by a lot was Katarina. 12, 5, and 8, 7 captures, 5 neutralizes, the highest in both categories.
Yeah.
Just extremely, extremely strong play. Kat definitely took that game, put it in her backpack, and carried it around, and made that one happen. So good job there. The rest of the team, a great support role basically at that point. But a lot of damage output. Almost everyone went positive as well. So, great job there. They just crushed the map. Honestly, that's kind of all it was. They kind of jumped on guys, and the guys died.
Yeah, they did really well. Katarina's ultimate is really good for going in there, and Clifton used it very well as he would see Leona use the stun, and as you said, we're counting the CCs around the map. Usually it's a one-on-one fight, so right as that CC went off, he actually jumped into the middle of like a Cho'Gath and somebody else, and you couldn't even see Katarina ulting, so she did a very nice job of just positioning herself the entire time around the point. So yeah, that 12-5 definitely coming out big for the team, and as you said, that backpack. It could have been tiny, could have been big, but she still carried it all the way there for her team. And it was
it does have 4 champions in it. It's a pretty big backpack.
Yeah.
But either way, it is time. Yeah, it is time to push on over to Tamit, who's got an interview behind the scenes with one of the developers.
Hey everybody, it's Andrew Beagle. We are here in Earth Memorial Lounge here in Los Angeles, California. We're going to talk to Colt Hallam, one of our designers on Dominion, right over here because I lost, obviously. Colt, how are you doing, man?
Doing well. How you guys doing?
Awesome, man. It's great to have you here. So we wanted to talk a little bit about, your involvement with Dominion and some of the things that you've been doing for the last couple months.
Alrighty. So in Dominion, we really want to make sure that, and I'm having a little bit of a burp right there. Making sure that the game is evenly balanced, and we want to make sure that it was fun for all tiers of play. So what we ended up doing is making sure that all the different command points are a little bit different. We also want to make sure that all the champions in the game had their own defined roles and summoners brought over to Dominion. So we have pushers getting promote as a new summoner spell. We have assaulters and defenders getting garrison as a new summoner spell.
One of the really interesting things to me is, how some of the points are kind of have these little secret paths and everything that kind of work to certain champions' strengths and weaknesses. What are some of the points that are going to be better for, like ranged carries and champions that rely more on skill shots?
So we really wanted the windmill, the top middle capture point, to have this extended piece of terrain to make ranged skill shot champions really powerful. So for example, a character like Ezreal can Mystic Shot, use a skill shot from across that area all day long at characters like Garen or Udyr. And if they actually try to come up around him, he just arcane shifts over, and now he's free.
Are there any other points on the maps where, like, a tank's going to be better suited, for instance?
Tanks are really suited for the top left and top right points, the refinery and the drill, because those are the points where they can access the back area. They can hide in there, get ready for anyone that might assault, and then pop out and really make them pay for trying to attack those back points.
Gotcha. Okay. So as Freak mentioned earlier, you've designed a lot of champions, a lot of which are in play today. Obviously, you have probably a strong preference for the ones that you like to play on the map. So of the champions that you've designed, which ones do you like in the Dominion map?
Oh man, I love Caitlyn as in the game because she has all these traps that you can put around the point. So if she really gets a forward point, she can just start trapping it up, defending it really well. But then there are characters like Kassadin who get to blink across the map and really work as a ninja. And then also Ezreal because he's kind of my favorite.
Well, coming from Ezreal, I would hope so. We've been talking with Colt Hallam, who is Ezreal himself. We're going to kick it back over to Freak. But before we do, Freak, I just got to say on behalf of myself and behalf of all of our fans, we want to see the hat and glasses back, man. Bring it back. But for now, back to you guys.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the commentating booth. I am Freak, he is Sir Rivington, and we still have 10 Rioters ready to play some League of Legends Dominion for you guys. And everyone is sitting down, putting their headphones on, shaking their heads to get their hair in place, apparently. A lot of that going on. Nice. Ooh.
You're good. You're good. You got it.
Thanks.
Okay,
so, Rivington, if you want to take it away and introduce our stalwart Rioters.
Oh, indeed. We have Jessica, also known as Namcat. She is going to be the first on your blue team as well. She is a champ, designer, assistant producer on champion team, as well as Dominion. Thank you. I got to get this right for Jessica Nam. And we're moving on. We have Leslie Sullivan and player support, helping you and taking you out of the game, just like me, if you're not doing right things. So be nice to this girl. We also have Holly Watson as well. She is on your game support. If you have any problems, let Holly know. She's going to go ahead and fix it up for you as well. We're moving on here. We have Andrew from game design as well. If you don't like the game, let this guy know. He'll design something else for you. But I think you're going to like it. Also, we have Clifton on QA. It's going to be champion QA. He goes ahead, pokes and prods, and sees what's can be overpowered and too cool. But they always come out balanced, right? All of them. And that's thanks to Clifton. Moving on over to the purple team, we have Mark, a producer on Dominion as well, really just throwing forth all these ideas with his team. Has a great team on Dominion. As you can see, this is what they've produced and just doing an amazing job. So huge up to Mark and his team. We have